The Sun Daily reported that a total of 26 farms in Kampung Selamat, Tasikgugor, here were found to have dumped sewage and animal feces directly into the river in the area of Tasikgugor. This is the real footage of peak wastewater pollution. The water surface is covering about the 70% of the earth. The surface water is what fill our ocean, lake, river, and all those other blue bits on the world map. Surface water from the freshwater source, that is, from source other than the ocean, account for the more than 60% of the water delivered to Malaysian homes. But a significant pool of the water is in peril. The nearly half of our river and stream and more than one-third of our lake are polluted and unfit for swimming, fishing, and drinking. The issues that affect the sustainability and environment that always occur until now is the big wastewater pollution that can affect the environment and daily community life. The peak waste also, which include nitrate and phosphate, is the leading type of contamination in this freshwater source. While plant and animal need this nutrient to grow, they have become a major pollutant due to animal farm waste. The water pollution issues occur at Tasikgugor Pulau Pinang is currently facing a rise from the relatively large pig farming sector, and particularly the treatment and disposal of pig waste. A very serious source of annoyance, mainly due to odor and pollution caused to land and water resource. The problem, although already pressing and acute in certain cases, it presents a worsening trend due to the observed steady increase of the number of pig per farm and the large concentration of the pig farm in the certain areas. Pig farming and hog farming is the raising and breeding of the domestic pig as livestock and is a branch of animal husbandry. Pigs are farmed principally for food, example pork, bacon, gammon, and skin. Pigs are amenable to many different styles of farming. Intensive commercial unit, commercial free-range enterprise, or extensive farming, being allowed to wander around a village, town, or city, or tethered in a simple shelter, or kept in pen outside the owner's house. Animal waste, if not properly managed, can be transported over the surface of agricultural land to nearby lakes and streams, leaching from manure storage lagoon and percolation through the soil or field where animal waste is applied can contaminate groundwater resources. According to EPA, the release of water from animal feedlot to surface water, groundwater, soil, and air is associated with a wide range of human health and ecological impact and contribute to the degradation of the nation's surface water. The environmental impact of pig farming refer to the threat posed to the natural environment by a large-scale intensive pig farming. Industrial pig farming a substrate of a concentrate animal feeding operation, pose numerous threats to the environment. The houses thousands of swine and other farm animals in confined area, where fish and waste often spread the surrounding neighborhood, polluting air and water with the toxic waste particles. Waste from this farm have the potential to carry pathogen, bacteria, and heavy metal that can be toxic when ingested. Animal waste are spread as slurry over crop and pasture to fertilize the ground and enrich the soil with various forms of nitrogen. If an excess amount of animal droppings are applied to the crop, they are unable to fully utilize the nitrogen. The residual large nitrate content may leach through the soil to the groundwater after harvesting and causes problems. One of the main pathways of the field nitrogen loss is through leaching and runoff losses to the ground and surface water. The resulting leachate and runoff enter the groundwater and subsequently the drinking water source of both human and livestock are polluted by high concentration of nitrate. The engineering solution to solve the problem is with the electricity that can be generated from the pig waste. That means is from pig poo to power. Pig manure is flushed from the shed into a large digester dam covered in plastic. There is a dam at each side and the largest at the grower side is 100 meter long and 40 meter wide, with a 50 million liter carrying capacity that takes around 3 months to fill. Beneath the plastic, anaerobic bacteria break down the organic matter, producing a methane-rich biogas. The biogas is then cleaned of the impurity, including hydrogen sulfide, chilled to remove condensation, and used as fuel to operate three 1000 watt biogas generator to produce electricity. Here are the two generators at the grower side and one at the breeder side, all housed in shipping containers that help reduce noise and run 24 hours. With remote control access for troubleshooting breakdown, all managed via computer. This means it don't need someone on site at all hours of the night. It have alarm system that send the operator text message if the generator or the leak. Most of the power goes to heating their pig hot water heated by a heat exchanger on the generator exhaust. Is piped into the winner room to warm winner pig at the grower side and under the floor in the farrowing house at the breeder side to provide a warm space for newborn piglet. This offers an enormous reduction in power consumption. The system also reduces the business environmental footprint by converting methane, an extremely harmful greenhouse gas, into energy and carbon dioxide. For the non-engineering solution is to make the pig waste become fertilizer. Compost is mixture of decaying manure and plant for fertilizing land. Composting kills harmful organisms in the pig manure by heating up the manure to the temperature the organism. The most important immediate effect is the addition of nutrient. Manure can fulfill a significant amount of the crop nutrient requirement for nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and micronutrient. One has to manage manure so that when applying sufficient quantity, of one nutrient, another nutrient is not over-applied or is utilized in future years. Over the long term, when manure with the high carbon content is applied, such as beef manure, soil organic matter increase. As organic matter increase, more nutrient come available due to a large pool of nutrient. The benefit from the increased soil organic matter are exhibited by improvement in other physical and biological property as well. The nutrient-rich solid from the digester are separate, pumped into a long contour bank and dried. Using a natural energy from the sun, this offers a fertilizer source for our plant, such as wheat, canola, triticale crop. So from this solution, it will reduce the amount of the pig waste to the river. Animal waste water pollution could be a worldwide issue, and world community is confronting most accidentally that come about of contaminated water. Major sources of water contamination are release of residential and agribusiness squander, population development, over-the-top utilization of pesticides. Bacterial, viral and parasitic illness are spreading through the contaminated water and influencing human well-being. To achieve sustainability goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation, it is recommended that there should be a proper waste disposal system, and waste should be treated before entering into the river. Educational and awareness programs should be organized to control the pollution.